Hey everyone, this is Phil McCracken. I'm gonna show you some tips how to save some money. Season's about ready to start up for everybody, but I'm gonna show you some real good tricks to save some money. We just freshly sealed this lock. As you can see, no need to even clean it. Leave the stuff there, it gives a nice grit. The edges, doesn't matter, the leaves are gonna blow back on, just leave it. You can see it's not fully dry yet, but it's good enough. It'll dry in the next day or so, but I'm gonna show you a little trick on how to stencil some handicap stencils. Everybody thinks it's complicated. I'll tell you what, we just got an order in, our stencil provider, but I tell you what, everybody spends some money on different mill thicknesses. So there's a 60 mil, there's 100 mil, and 125. I tell you what, the only reason a mill, it's not about the thickness of the stencil, it's how thick you want to put the paint inside here. So a lot of times if you want a product like a preformed thermoplastic, you go with a thicker stencil. But I always use the thinner the better. I mean, it'll dry faster and everything else. So what we're gonna do, everybody uses big handicap stencils. I mean, that's just way too big. A 12-inch stencil, there's no need bigger than a 12-inch stencil. That's all you need out there. But I'm gonna show you a way. You don't need a complicated equipment or anything. What you do, you're just gonna take this handicap stencil. So you got your two lines here. You're gonna just find it somewhere in the center. I mean, a lot of times you just drop it down, sideways, whatever. It's in the stall. And then we like to use really good paint. So normally I'll go to like Home Depot. Any paint that they have mixed up, we just say we wanna buy it on pennies on the dollar. That's normally, we're using a household paint. That's all you need on the asphalt. Some people spend the money on a traffic paint. It's just a waste of money. So we just use the cheapest stuff, whatever we can put down. But basically what you gotta do, these stencils they do all the work for itself. The thickness right there is gonna tell you how thick. So you just take some of this and then you carry it across and then you pour it in. You just pour it in like this. See that? See how nice it is? Pour it in. See how it's right there, that thickness? So we just put a 60 mil stencil in. And then what you're gonna do, you're gonna let that dry a little bit. Sometimes, I don't know, it's hard to say, but sometimes I just chew on a little extra, wait just a little bit. If the sun's out and everything, it dries pretty fast. But I'll tell you what, that's been long enough. We don't need to wait any longer. We need to get off this job, we need to get the paycheck. So what I do, I just take this stencil, go like that. And then just throw it, leave it in the weeds. Customer's not gonna care, but just leave it there. Go get your check, go to the bank, that's it. We're done. Hey everyone, I just went to the bank and met with the customer. The good thing is, customer wanted another handicap stencil, so I'm gonna show you another trick I had up my sleeves. I normally do not like to show this one, but today's your lucky day. Here we go. So same process. You're gonna take that paint, you're gonna dump it in. Fill all these little holes like this. Fill it all in nice and good like that. See, we're making sure that this paint's that thickness. Do it real good like that. I tell you what, this is a trick nobody knows. This stencil company right here, Stencil Plus, they provide you right here. Look, you take that. There's several of these. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. There's eight of these. These are tools right here. Take that, you smear it like that. Look at that. See how nice that paint goes down? Like that. If you wanted to do a border of that stencil, you come across, you do a border. Just like that, that's all you gotta do. When you're done, you just pick that up. Look how clean that is. That's nice and crisp. Doesn't get much better than that. That customer is gonna be stoked. This right here, a lot of times, I just leave it out in job site. They paid for it anyway. That's theirs. That's it for today.